Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It is 3:12 a.m. I am on my way to the gym right now. I woke up this morning and Silas had, I guess he'd been asking me about a book he wanted to take to school. I had no idea what book he was talking about. Matter of fact, I may have even blown him off a little bit because I just don't know. But the kid is smart enough to wake up. He knows that I get up early, so he knew he wasn't going to catch me in the morning. But he was smart enough that even after I went to bed, he grabbed the book and he wrote a note and he said, "Daddy, this is the book that I'd like to take to school." And then he put it on a little paper, and then he put a little arrow to point at it, as if I didn't know that was the book it was sitting on top of. Kids are smart. I told Ricky, I said, what we do is more important to the development of our children than what the schools are going to do. I relayed to her a story that T.D. Jakes had said about his, I think his son's name is Jameer or Jamal. And he said growing up, his kids never showed an interest in cooking. And he would do the majority of the cooking for the house. So if something needed to be done, he would typically do it. And he said he had a favorite thing that he liked to make, a favorite dessert. It was a banana pudding. And he said he wouldn't make the banana pudding like how you open up a box of Jell-O or pudding, add water to it. He said, nah, he would go do the egg whites and do the egg yellows and the yolks and the flour, he would go through the steps that it took to make a genuine banana pudding, which was pretty strenuous. And he said he remembers one year for his birthday, he had came home, and when he looked in the refrigerator, he had noticed that there was a banana pudding in there. And he noticed that his son had made it exactly the way that he would make it, from scratch. Didn't cut any corners. And he said it was probably even better than the kind that he's made. Which only went to show they may have not shown that they were showing interest in what you were doing. Kids are always paying attention. They're always watching. They're always looking at you. They say that the most strongest developmental age of a child is between birth and 7 years. Is when they are at their spongiest. And we have two of them. We have a 7-year-old and we have a 2-year-old that are at their spongiest. And I think we take for granted the fact that we think they're not watching. We think they're not paying attention. We think they're not aware. And I say that if we take that for granted, what else do we take for granted? If we don't put the emphasis on setting the best example for what we believe to be children who are paying attention to things that we don't think they're paying attention to, what else are we taking for granted? What else are we leaving to chance? What else are you thinking that don't affect you? A lot of people think that well, if I just eat this donut, it's just a donut. No, it's a bad decision. And that bad decision is going to be compounded possibly by another bad decision. So now you have a series of bad decisions compounding in effect of gaining weight or and it affects you. It all affects you. And I think the most dangerous thing in the world is an unconscious living body. Because whether I know it or not, the things that I do unconsciously affect me. The things that I do unconsciously affect my kids. The things that I may do unconsciously affect the outcome of somebody I may be able to help. That's the fact of the matter. Is that when you're unconscious, there's a lot of people, including yourself, who are suffering. The name of the game is to become conscious at all times of why you're doing it. Sounds familiar. I think I heard that somewhere.